Welcome to Vexxed Uncensored with me, Moe Vader.
And me Saint.
We would like to begin with the usual procedures of apologies and, oh, I'm sorry, some terrible things came up and,
We're alive.
you know,
Barely.
the Russians have invaded China.
People probably thought we got banned or kicked off because the last episode was kind of controversial. It started with a bang.
Yeah, it did. You know what? This is terrible, but I never actually remember what happened in the last episodes except for if Kanye West was mentioned.
Yeah.
Or something really like ridicule associated.
Yeah, I barely remember. I think when we opened up, I was talking about that David Baddiel. Yeah, I did watch some of his documentary, by the way. I had to turn it off within 5 minutes.
Didn't give it much of a chance.
I couldn't. He started off by, he had like a form, and you know it has boxes to tick what you are, and he went all the way down to other and went, see what we got to put up with. And I was just like, huh? You meant to go up to faith and tick what your faith is. You're in the wrong box for one. Trying to rewrite history and shit. But yeah, let me leave that there before we get struck down. Yeah.
Never take my shit from me. It's worthless.
But yeah, let's get into some hot topics.
Well, there we go. Straight in. Kim Kardashian gets over $200K per month in child support.
That's a lot. How many kids they got? 3?
Is it immature or stupid of me to have really wanted him to like name them all, you know, north, south, east, west?
No, that would have made sense. I don't know her kids' names, honestly. So North, Saint.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's about it. That's what
Little bit.
Chicago. That's it.
Is that it?
That's the little one, I think.
Chicago West.
Yeah. But 200 grand a month, he's a billionaire. So do you think that's too much? And that's the official numbers. It's done now, they're divorced. So.
I'm split on this topic in terms of the morality and the ethics behind percentage child support.
Right.
Because this is I'm pretty sure that.
Do you think it's California ruled this?
Yeah. If their divorce is in, if they were married, well, whatever court oversaw it, it's usually going to be like 20% of your income, 20 to 40% of the gross income.
Right.
So,
I mean, I've not heard him complain about this topic specifically. I've heard him complain about other things, but not the money. I think the kid, I don't know why this is popping up, but like they're the ones who, like the doctor who delivered Kim and her sisters and stuff, are the ones that delivered her kids too.
Okay.
One of them ones.
Yeah. Got their family practitioner.
Doctor. Yeah. But she's rich, she's loaded, she didn't necessarily need that, but that's just the father responsibility, I guess. So.
Well, I guess in a sense as well, before all the population booms that we've experienced or been part of,
right.
Most people's doctor was their family doctor. So like the town doctor or the village doctor
you're right.
was the one that birthed all of the kids in the neighborhood, and they'll come to your house and you're in bed. They'll put a thermometer in your mouth and be like,
up your bum.
Be up there, some medical buggery.
Trust. A doctor ain't never put nothing up my ass. Just saying, never.
How do you know?
Oh, I know.
Before 3, you wouldn't know.
If they didn't let me get vaccinations, they definitely might let their finger go up my ass. Please.
Just be like, you just hold it. I gotta check something.
Just gotta check something real quick. Flip him over.
No, you know what? Frankly, yeah. On one end, with these high-profile divorces and child support businesses, I'm pretty sure, in some way or another, Kim might actually qualify to be the parent that pays Kanye alimony or pays him some kind of sustenance, because the principle tends to be the principle, yeah, neutrality is that one half of the marriage has provided a life or a living standard that the other half could not afford themselves.
Right.
So with Kanye's, imagine if all this self-jeopardy is coming from trying to fuck up the numbers so that he's reducing his child support bill and his alimony bill.
Well, we know his income's dropped publicly because he lost $1 billion in a day, didn't he?
Yeah.
As a whole, again, one day. But clearly she's not as rich as we think she is.
Nah, she is. Those are the fuckers that hide money under everything. You go to
tied up, innit? Yeah. It's like tied up.
It's tied up.
They own a fucking fake church.
Do they?
Kris Jenner owns a church called the Calabasas Community Church. It's just a money funnel. Yeah, big time. I've looked it up and everything. I've done my little rabbit hole last year when it came up, and I was shocked. Shocked. The Church of Satan.
The Church of Vexxed Sexuals.
Yeah.
Helping sexuals be unvexed.
Facts.
Right. It's too much money, man.
It's just a lot of money. That ain't going on the kids. I mean, please. That's going in the savings account. Some shit.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of Kim and Kanye, next topic is Balenciaga child endangerment.
So why are people surprised?
Here's my thing. I don't think they thought everyone was degenerated enough through everything that's going on in media, TV, music, movies, the agenda. Like, they thought they could do this and it would be alright. There would be no issues. So guys who don't know, you've got to be living under a rock not to know. Balenciaga put out a news campaign and it involved children in the ad campaign located on bed and also on a sofa, surrounded by wine bottles and glasses, with multiple teddy bears in bondage, BDSM garb, and the children looking very somber. Allegedly, it was the children involved in the ad campaign were Balenciaga employees' children. Not that makes it any better. Then it's been unveiled that look, these are things like I've talked about for a long time, and nobody gives a fuck. But now they've I don't know, people are noticing. So the creative director of this specific campaign, I believe, has connections to known paedophile or is a convicted paedophile, one or the other. The other creative director is a joint creative director between Balenciaga and Adidas. She's done multiple campaigns that, if you see the campaigns, satanic through and through. They're everything's designed. It's all red and devilish and scary and all of this shit. The guy who owns Balenciaga and the parent company is the husband of Selma Hayek. And that company also on the side sells what they call art, which is children, rubber dolls, children, and some of them have genitalia for faces, multiple heads, holes, children as well. And this is now being looked out and looked up. But not only was in this specific campaign was it the bears and the BDM bondage stuff, in the paperwork underneath, where they scatter papers to make it look cool, whatever. There was printouts or documents pertaining to a court case in America that where certain people were trying to pass off as art.
Right.
And it went to court.
Yeah.
Obviously, it didn't run. So people are hold on, so you got all this going on, and then you want to secretly be putting in papers and shit, thinking when no one's going to notice, referencing shit. And then there'll be a photo shoot with
the full term will flag us up on.
Oh, we'll have to do some magic on this episode.
Yeah, little CPs.
There'll be stuff like photo shoot, and there'll be a random doctorate on a window ledge. Yeah. Or smart motherfuckers that look that shit up, and it'll be a doctorate that belongs to a convicted paedophile. You've got Nicole Kidman, you've got Kim Kardashian, you've got Kanye West. You've got so many celebrities because they're getting paid either a lot of money or they're into it. Bella Hadid, the Hadids, their mum, Yolanda Hadid, talking about, we're standing with the name of the creative directors or whatever, saying, this is unfortunate. Kris Jenner's put out a statement saying we need to be kind and be forgiving. Like, they think they're smart.
Kind and forgiving.
And I'm just like, listen, like, I haven't done this rabbit hole drop because I've seen Balenciaga shit before and they're problematic. But this is the worst, I want to say publicly, like, in your face type shit. Yeah. And I'm really happy that it ain't running and that people aren't accepting it. And they're like, the fuck?
You know what kind of rubbed me up the wrong way was that it's being pushed as child endangerment because of the empty bottles and the nature of the positions that the teddy bears were in. But it's, let's call a spade a spade. It's the CP. It's the CP. It's not like let's say through thanks to social degradation, a bikini picture is now just a bikini picture. But a bikini picture 20, 30, 40 years ago was softcore porn. it was literally behind an age restriction.
Was
like, I think what made the Sun newspaper so controversial was that each and every morning they were dumping out a topless softcore porn titty. Like,
page 3.
Page 3.
Katie Price out to you, love.
Come on, Jordan.
Queen of the page 3 models.
Get your tits out. Get your tits out for the lad. Now, you now have these campaigns and these images and all of these things that are kind of, in a way, slightly raised eyebrows. Because if you're not affected by, say, social degradation and the ship that is what is politically correct and acceptable in society, we should be pulling up companies like Nivea, who, when they do a press run, and Nivea and Johnson's baby lotion, they got a topless little kid there, just in a nappy. Oh, our thing is
like Pampers and shit.
Yeah, that's child nudity.
But because there's no association to like porn or sex, it's seen as like, I guess, the mother or the father wiping the kid's bum. I still think that's weird too. I've always thought that was weird. Always, like, whose child is that? Why is their ass out on telly? Yeah. Weird.
Yeah, because I mean, is it not? No, I don't think I've had this. Whenever I've had this conversation sort of off air with another person, there's always, I can always see that glimmer of realization behind, in their heads where it's like, oh shit, you got a point there. But let's say an adult posts a bikini picture, right, or if what tickles your fancy is a swimming trunk picture. Now, with that material, you now have the freedom to take that and adulter it and misperceive it in another way.
Yeah.
The material is there given to you.
Right.
So if there's an issue or there's a problem with paedophilia or there's a paedophilic element in society, why would we then rationally on terrestrial television and openly accessible to everyone,
right,
put unclothed babies or babies' bottoms,
right,
in in TV,
right,
just because mothers
expecting everyone to be innocent, the audience to be innocent.
Yeah, the audience is not innocent.
No.
So, yeah, okay, devil's advocate will be on the other end of this saying, well, that's why they're so fucked up, because they take something that is normal, and the whole point was to let expected mothers and existing mothers know that this product is the best for babies. Look how it's being used on the baby. That's just shifting responsibility. Because if I put a picture out and it is just, for example, Donald Trump's face,
yeah,
and someone else decides to take that same picture, X out his eyes, and say fuck Donald Trump,
yeah,
am I to blame for? They'll say I'm not to blame for the adultering of the image.
Yeah, yeah.
But
yeah, and I also feel like say for instance, Pampers, we look behind the curtain, and there's some suspects that are shady and stuff. Then it's like, okay, that validates the point. Where with Balenciaga, if people look behind the curtain and they found nothing, no convicted pedos, no child sex dolls by the parent company, or no creepy, like the ad campaign was bad enough. But if there weren't nothing behind it, then fair play. It could have just been like, who the fuck greenlit this? Now the creative director did say everyone from Balenciaga was on set. Everyone.
Right.
So this one, Balenciaga Montreal handled this, and LA had no idea. No, the whole company knew. So this was like a intentional thing.
Yeah.
And they're trying to like play it off as, we're suing the production company. Well, you just said everyone from Balenciaga was on set. So how are you suing the production company for 25 million? And all they did was turn up and take the pictures, bitch. You chose the props. You created the mugs and the glasses and the teddy bear and all of this. They're Balenciaga employees' children in the photo shoots. They're trying to shift blame.
Yeah.
And it ain't gonna work. And I know cancel culture, all of this bullshit, blah, blah, blah. Some people deserve to be shut down. Because when it comes to the child endangerment thing, now it's occurring to me that when you associate or normalize bondage gear or children, or even association, that does put kids in danger.
Of course.
Like, someone out here is going to think that's all right now. Like, that's okay. Oh, I had those thoughts already. But now Balenciaga's putting out a campaign nationwide or global, then that means that's normal. It just ain't fucking normal.
Yeah. Do you know, I hope this isn't in a later topic. You know the little scandal with the royals asking the black lady, where are you really from?
Oh, I heard about this.
Yeah. So, incidents that make it into the news and popular culture have a way of trickling down and having effects in civilians' lives.
Yeah.
A young person, a child that I am aware of, was walking home with their friends, their school friends, 3 of which share a complexion with myself.
Okay.
1 of which doesn't.
Right.
They were accosted by a female child older than they were.
Okay.
Who, without their consent, without their permission, whips out her phone, starts recording them, and is just exclaiming in the street, people like you should be expelled. People like you shouldn't be in our schools.
Wait, what she talking about? Like dark-skinned people?
Well,
what?
I wasn't there, so I can only relay what was said to me.
Yeah.
Then the parent of that child then said, you know what? I was kind of getting ready for this because whenever there's racial tensions or racial transgressions openly discussed in the news, what happens is household mentalities and views are displayed out in the public.
Yeah.
So the parent was expecting that some unfortunate, ignorant people's child who should have been taught about what I call me thoughts.
Not me thoughts.
Yeah. Should have been taught about them, wasn't taught about them, and the topic was discussed ignorantly and bluntly within their earshot.
Okay.
But they made no effort to encourage the decorum to keep that shit to yourself. Like, this is our family stance on race and intermixing and multiculturalism. You are entitled to that opinion.
Yeah.
But that opinion shouldn't be aggressively imposed on others.
I mean, a lot of racists are fearless.
Which is fine.
They're fearless. They're bold as fuck.
This is fine.
You know?
But what is not fine is crying the crocodile tears
when you get your teeth knocked out.
Exactly. Because don't get me wrong, I've come across a good fair few racists that were of the stature to fight and put force behind their words.
Right.
When that comes to a clash and you're checked and you are made to crumble, you then call the police, or you run and start smear campaigns to discredit the person that rightfully punched you up.
Right. They say, see?
Yes.
This is what I'm talking about. This is how they act. This is what they do. It's entrapment.
Yeah. Jason at McDonald's on corner of Eltham High Street. If you're still there, fella, how was that beatdown?
Bitch, you're getting another one soon.
It cost me my job, no problem, but
worth it.
It was worth it. You were a gentleman that was playfully racist and vehemently racist.
Right.
Now I can handle a bit of playful racism. Not that I should. Not that it's entirely okay.
But, you know, yeah. I'm not the one.
But when you cross that line of being like, you know what, this is actually genuinely what I believe, and I wish malice to you and your race, and like, you know,
yeah, they mean it.
They really mean it. It's coming from a genuine place.
Yeah.
Oh, mate. Fire and fire will always be my response to.
Because to me, if they seen their eyes like you are lower than scum or you are whatever because of one factor or another, in this case race, then eye for an eye, bitch. I can turn it on you. Let's see how you feel when I make you feel that small. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And again, it's one of them things that you gotta like. I would say recently, I had to not let something slide, but I was like, I'm outnumbered.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you get me?
Yeah.
I'm the only non-white, so it's like if I put one in their place, then the next day, who knows how many could turn up? It's like roaches.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I do.
So you got to kind of manage it. You got me. How I handled it was I scared one, scared them enough, so that they get the point.
Attitude adjustment.
Like they scared them, didn't touch them, wanted to, still want to, but I you know, not saying I'm not gonna.
Yeah.
The Lord knows my heart. He knows I'm not perfect.
I see. There's a real problem with where we are, where we may perhaps intend to be.
And that area that you mentioned, they got to do better.
Yeah, no, they're not going to.
Nah.
That's a stronghold. That's an EDL stronghold.
Yeah.
National Front stronghold.
For sure.
It will never change. You can go and dump a shitload of ethnics in that area.
Yeah.
And at the worst, they will sell up and move to another stronghold. Oh,
and the same motherfuckers will have reggae blaring from their cars, and they'll be up in the fucking West Indian shop buying patties.
Yeah.
Twisted.
Just you don't have to like the things that are produced by the people you dislike. You don't have to. I know it's a tough one.
It's fucked. It's a mental. Like, it's not even mental health. It's a disease. It's a disease of the mind.
So shifting back into the musical world.
Okay.
Chris Brown and Sierra snubbed at the AMAs.
Yeah.
Honestly, I wasn't aware of this. I'm so out of the loop with award shows that unless it's like the Happy Slap incident, I'm not gonna know about it.
Yeah. So Chris Brown and Sierra were set to tribute Michael.
Okay.
At the American Music Awards because it's his 40th anniversary of Thriller.
Yeah.
Chris Brown also won an award that night from the AMAs, Best R&B Artist, I think. So Sierra, Chris, love Michael. They're from the school of Michael.
Yeah.
So of course they're happy. You saw the rehearsal footage was put out. Everyone's like, shit, like two people who can actually do Michael justice. Male and female.
Yeah.
So what happened was someone from ABC who run the American Music Awards. ABC is owned by Disney. So an executive at ABC called up Disney. Yeah. I said, did you know that Chris Brown is doing a tribute to Michael? Yeah. So we've got a woman beater paying tribute to an alleged paedophile. They shut that shit down straight away. Shut it down. Everyone's like, where's the tribute? Where's the tribute?